All right, good afternoon, everybody. Peter Swift from Camp Susquehanna here. I want to give you a little bit of an update on what we did last year with Raise the Region before we get into this year. Last year, we worked on funding for a new pool, and I'm actually standing right in the midst of our pool project, which is, I want to say nearly done. There's still a lot of work to do, but it's all relatively small stuff. The big part, putting the pool in, is here. So I'll just walk you through the pool a little bit. This was one of the largest projects we've ever undertaken. We had the shortest timeline to raise the money for it and a relatively short and tight timeline to complete it. And I'm just so excited that it's actually working really well. So just a quick tour of it. This is the main entrance for the pool. This is our zero depth entry area. So which is provides handicap accessibility and also essentially like a play area, so even dogs can get in it, except they won't be allowed to once this is a pool. So this is handicap accessibility, also a great play area for little kids or non-swimmers, or honestly big kids too. Then we move down to like our shallow area. There's a lot of little hangout spots with benches. Then we have this big circular shallow area that will have a large tiled Susquehanna emblem in it, which is really cool. And then this is our we have some lanes, as well as our deep end, which is right down here. It goes down to 12 feet deep, so deeper than our old pool, much larger. This is about twice the square footage overall from Susquehanna's old pool, so much larger, a lot more elements, like different zones to play in and have fun with, and a lot of emphasis on like hanging out. I'm even on kind of this like cool peninsula. Oh, hey, Davis, hey. What are you doing here? Oh, I guess this is kind of your project.
Well, yeah, you're talking about the pool, so I'm going to be here.
All right, so and speaking of that emblem that we're going to put in tile, this is what it's going to look like right there. Davis is demonstrating that.
We're doing like a dude perfect noggin.
Is that what they do?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Okay. Are we going to get sued for doing that?
No.
Okay.
No,
good.
It'll catch their attention. They'll give money towards us.
Oh, hopefully yeah. I'll make sure we tag them in this post. All right. So, Davis, tell us what still needs to be done with the pool.
Well, in 2 weeks, we're going to have a crew come back to plaster coat the entire pool. It's going to be all white.
So right now it's like a rough concrete
right now.
finish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They're going to put the tile emblem.
That would not feel great on the bare feet in the pool.
No, but at least you'd have traction. You can.
That's true.
So you have some traction when you're flipping that littleman off of the inner tube or the J. Yeah. So plaster coat, which probably will actually still be. It won't be slippery.
Right.
Yeah. So plaster coat is going to look beautiful. Over on the shower house, you can see it's going through a molting season, just like my chickens right now. And we're going to build an addition on the side of that goes the length of the building, that is going to house mechanicals and just general pool storage, some freshwater distribution for almost the entire camp, as well as some cleaning supply storage too. So that we're breaking ground for that probably next week.
Tell us about the diving structure.
Oh, the diving structure. It's going to be a large concrete structure that mimics cliffs from around here, about 10 feet up above the pool deck, and there will be some other smaller jumping options as well. It's going to be beautiful. Very, very excited about that.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun. It's almost like imitation rock run, but we'll have what I really like about that is the idea that campers will get to like overcome their fears over the course of the week. They start on the low end, and then by the end of the week they're doing triple gainers off the high one. Yeah. Well, probably not that, but still. We also, obviously, we need concrete decking all around, landscaping, fencing. But the important thing to know is that this will be done by the summer. Davis would surely like to point out that it will not be pretty.
No, it will not be pretty.
Well, the pool will be pretty. The water will be amazing.
But outside of the concrete, we're doing a lot of PA native landscaping. That'll take at least a year, if not a couple years, to really take hold and grow up nicely. Even grass, there's some places around the pool we aren't going to be able to grow grass simply because the construction will end in late May, and you can't grow grass between May and June and have campers run all over it. So yeah, it'll take a couple years for it to look as beautiful as we envision it being, but it's going to be functional. It's going to be an excellent resource.
The important thing is it'll be fun, full of water and campers that are happy.
And it's going to stay full of water.
Yes, it will not leak. Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I think something a lot of people don't realize is how much this project is not just a pool. This actually impacts the entire camp. If you look in the distance, you'll see an excavator in the parking lot and a whole bunch of culvert pipe. One of the things that this project does is, in order to sustain the pool, we needed upgraded water and electrical systems all around the camp. So this really provides like upgrades for Laurel Lodge, for the craft shop, for, I mean, really almost the whole camp benefits from the pool.
Yes.
Simply by all the electrical and water upgrades. But that's enough about the pool. Pool is new, it's awesome, and it's almost completely paid for, and it'll be done by the summer. And that's a lot in part thanks to Raise the Region last year. That was kind of our main public kickoff for our pool campaign. And here we are 1 year later, and it's funded $1.2 million. It's
Amazing.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah. So thank you, all of you, for your work with that. Now I want to talk a little bit about this year. So this year we're doing a project that actually impacts, the impact is actually even greater than the pool. I just mentioned the pool impacts all of Susquehanna. Well, the pool really only is in operation for a couple months out of the year. What we're doing this year is going to be something that impacts all guest groups, all visitors, all guests, our school discovery classes, all of our field trip classes, and that's our playground. So if you look at our playground in the distance, this was built in the early 90s. It's awesome. I grew up playing on it. I still play on it a little bit. My kids love it. We get to watch campers play on it all summer long, but it is in badly need of expansion and some upgrades. So we are looking forward to an overhaul of our playground, and not just the playground, but the whole playground area is going to get some upgrades. Dave, do you want to describe a few of them?
Yeah, please don't expect it to look like something you'd find in, like, outside of a elementary school. This is going to be a beautiful structure that mimics the mountains and the trees around us. In fact, can we point over that way? There's a really big stump there from the big ash tree that used to stand on the corner of the playground and provided so much beautiful
Can you
shade.
enunciate that tree again, please?
Ash.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Just
was
want to
a
get past the
big-
Facebook censors.
Big tree that is referred to as an ash tree. We had to take that down for the swimming pool project, and we left the stump at about 8 to 9 feet tall. I don't know what we're going to do with it. We're going to do something. I think that just demonstrates kind of the heart of what we want this next playground to look like. Just very natural components that certainly don't detract from God's creation, but mimic it and reflect it in some way.
Some other major additions with this project to go along with the playground is actually some sunshade, essentially, to get one of the concerns that a lot of parents have is they sit in the sun while their kids are playing everywhere. Well, we're going to build a small pavilion, put some shaded areas, not to mention it's just great, more spots to be out of the rain when it rains.
And congregate.
And yeah, and great, another hangout spot for fellowship. And we'll also be building some small pavilions all over, not all over camp, but in each of the age group areas and also out in the teepee area. So we have more outdoor classrooms for our field trip program or activity classes throughout the summer, but also just more options for, campouts, cookouts, what have you, all around the year. And then lastly, what I might be most excited about because of my nerdiness is we're hoping to install a disc golf course. This has been a feature of the camp that has been requested by numerous people for many, many years. And having a disc golf course that is open not only to all of our guest groups, our campers, but also our neighbors and our community would be able to have an opportunity to come up and play disc golf here at camp and enjoy the beauty of Susquehanna while having fun with friends and a little bit of competition. So that's what we're hoping to do with our Raise the Region funds this year. This is a big multi-part process that'll probably take a better part of a couple of years to complete, but this is where we're kicking it off with Raise the Region this year. So make a gift and help us get closer to our goals.
All right, I don't want my face to be the end.